Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new War Dragons video. So, this video has been asked by a ton of people, and this is kind of like a two-pronged one, and this is how to win every single war. Now, there's just a couple of things about this, is that winning every single war is a delicate topic, because you're not necessarily guaranteed to win every single war. The really only way you can do so is if you have a team that's going to be active enough, so where every single person will attack no matter what. That's really what it comes down to, is that if you don't have a team that won't defend, and or they won't attack, it's just not going to work out. So remember, when you're trying to win a ton of wars, if you don't have an active team, you're just not going to do well. Now, what it comes down to now is that what used to happen is it would get tied most of the time. So, for example, if you were in Diamond League, every single war would be a tie, and that was it. So what that means is that no one would actually win the war. Now it's based on defenses. Now there's two things with this. Number one, all you have to do to defend these days is legitimately just click on an attack. Just click on it. You don't actually have to be present for a defense to count. Think about that. So if you just hit the defend button and you say, okay, I'm just going to, click it and then log right back off, it's better than not doing it. Because you're getting your team defensive points. Now, whichever team has the most defensive points, and if it's a tie, and this is a tie only if you have 250 flames. Basically what that means is that if you, oh wow, that's Icicle, dang, okay. No, Gloomclaw. No, it's Icicle, I believe. Dang. But yeah, so basically what that means is that if let's say you have 250 flames each, and your team has defended at all, not even successfully, just hit the defend button more than the other team, then you win. Now, if let's say it's a tie at 245 flames each, and you have more defensive wins, it's still a tie. It doesn't change unless it's 250, because if you check really quickly here, if the team are tied in number of flames, more successful wins will win the war. Oh, never, I changed that completely. Never mind, it's any flames. They changed it. It used to say only with 250. Okay, my bad then. Well, you'll notice right here, we lost because the other team had more defenses than we did. And that's why we lost. And we lost again because that team, once again, had more defensive wins than we did. And that's really what it comes down to. But also, it comes down to defending properly. So, this is the second part of the video. And that is how to defend properly. I've seen so many people asking it, and I will go and share it with you right now. Basically, how to defend properly is use the hammers a lot. Use it a lot. Because, especially on farms, guys, I personally have lost so many times because they just repaired these farms over and over and over again. Now, Nightshade's Crumble the Dust Bell has saved me a ton. However, use those repairs and use those armored and also the the attack boosts. Also, someone asked me, do they stack? The attack boost and the armor boost do not stack. So only use it once. If you're using it more than once, you're wasting it until, again, it does have a timer. It will run out, but it's like 20 seconds or something like that. Maybe it's like 10 seconds or so. So don't try to stack it. You're just wasting your supplies. So you have super shot ammo, and which will proc the super shots. So the first one you're going to want to use every single time is Storm Tower, no matter what. There's a Storm Tower on an island. Use that super shot. It's going to be well worth your time to use it. Definitely a lot more effective than some of the other super shots, so use that. Secondly, you want to use Red Mage and Blue Mage. Now, don't use more than 2 at a time, because what that does is you're just wasting the super shot, because if you're taken down to 1 rage, you can't really use much. So, if you're using your super shots, you can't go in negative rage. They're just going to stay at 0 rage while you keep shooting super shots. So, only have, at most, 2 super shots shot by Red Mages at one time. So if you have 2 defenders, just leave it alone, because most likely the other person will use 2 of theirs on those. The next is really dependent on what type of resist they have. If they don't have a resist against ice and fire turrets, use ice and fire turrets. Especially if it's a hunter, Ice Turret Super Shot will be really crucial, because if you did not watch my other video, um, the Ice Shield slows dragons' attacks and shields allies' towers. So it means they have more damage. Sorry, the dragon can't attack as fast, which for hunters is legitimately how they do everything, because they do so much damage, and you're really relying on them taking out towers super quickly. But if you can't do that, then you will be taking a ton of damage. Now for Fire Turret, it's basically the same thing. It multiplies damage dealt. So against sorcerers, this is insane. Against hunters, which don't have a lot of damage, do a ton of damage but don't have a ton of health, this will knock out most hunters, especially Nightshade. I've noticed that fire and ice turrets just do insane amount of damage. So after you do one storm tower, two blue mages, and both of these, technically you're out of super shots. Now, if the round resets, then all you have to do, the next one would probably be Trebuchet, and then restart the cycle. If they have any type of shield, whether it be invincibility, Stonken Shield, Explosive Shield, Crystalline Shield, any of those, use the cannon towers effectively. So if it's a white spell, don't worry about using the blue mage. Get that cannon tower super shot up so you can go and knock out that shield. And that's really going to help you a lot. Now, going back to how to win wars. That by the way, just use your repairs, use your armors, and use your attack boost. That's really how you're going to do the best. So as a leader, and this is really for officers and leaders, before the defensive wins, before defense is determined, what would happen? If you are, let's say the team's down a player, you can use decoys. And you're sure you're going to get 250 flames. You can use decoys. So basically what you can do is you can have a person attack the base that you want to attack right before you do it, so it draws defenders out. And they'll be defending a attack that means nothing, while you have a follower that's going to help you, so you can attack with no defenders. Now, this didn't go, in all ways. We've had up to 3 decoys going at once, because they had 8 defenders on. So, think about it that way when, basically, you can have as many decoys as you want. So, let's say they're down 5 members, and you can get at least 230 flames. Use as many decoys as you want, because defenses don't matter at that point. Also, guys, as an officer, as a leader, I'll go and show you what we do. And this really has worked out for us pretty well. We have it so if it's going to be 250 to 250 flames, having this where the highest levels are taken out by the highest levels only. They are reserved for these players only. This helps you make sure that you don't sacrifice any defenses when you have lower levels followed by really high levels, trying to take out bases that they can't do, and then that wastes a ton of defenses for the other team. So you might notice 1 and 2, 280, and 230 we reserved for Viper and Goth. Those are the people with the higher level dragons. Then, of course, you have 202, the third person highest is for Zombie, which is a level 180. Then from there on, you have targets set out for people at certain levels. And that's really how you can allow for people not to waste a ton of defenses. Now, also, this also correlates with only attack when you have a backer. And I think officers and, basically officers and leaders, I think you should make this a point and saying you have to attack with a backer. Because if they have defenders, you're wasting defense points, and if it's a tie, that can really destroy any hope that you have. So we used to do that with no backers, and we would have people attack the same base 7 times, get a ton of defense points against us, and we would lose the war because of it. Now that we're saying, use backers, you'll notice that they don't have as many defenses, right? So, and I think that's really what it comes down to, is just be smart. As an officer and leader, you are in charge of the team, so make sure that you just make sure that people know what they're supposed to do. And I think that's really one of the best ways to win wars, is just tell them you have to have a backer. Don't try to attack a person much higher level than you, And as Koi said it, and I think I'm going to go wrap up this video here with this statement. Remember, war isn't showing how high you can attack, it's about winning as a team. So, winning as a team is important. And showing how level, attacking high-level bases is great, but you have major events to do that. Attack bases that you're supposed to attack. Don't try to attack bases that are such high level. Either way, guys, I hope this helps you guys out. If you're an officer or a leader, you can message me in-game, and I can, like answer any questions you have. I've been asked a lot of questions about war, especially lately. I'm not sure exactly why, but yeah, hope this helps, guys. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, guys.